next. I think for me, blacks still seem a little too risky. Yeah, we had the first one at our school growing up, and they put him in learning disabled classes. How crazy is that?
Ever?
Yeah.
You guys had the first one ever? I doubt it.
We had one of the first 60 or 70. This was probably 1992. But he was always dribbling an invisible basketball.
No.
And they put him in class with the mentally handicapped kids. So you'd have at lunchtime, you'd have, you know, a kid in a wheelchair. You'd have, you know, a kid with DS. You'd have that, you know, kind of blind kid with the stick, you know. And then you'd have him just dribbling an invisible basketball, bro.
We're not racist, or I'm not trying to be. You know, I have some flare-ups in traffic, but overall, I'm good.
Really?
I tried to commit suicide. I tried to OD on a bottle of Theragram M. You know those
What
vitamins?
is that? Those vitamins?
Yeah, I tried to OD on vitamins. When I
And
was
what'd you
8.
get? Just better?
Rather be blind or dickless, dude. These days, probably dickless. I had a blind kid in my neighborhood when I was growing up, and actually, you know, this dude was deaf, actually, and they beat him up for doing bad magic, because he was always doing all of this and shit, and people thought he was doing magic with no tricks, and they fucking beat him.
Out in the stand-up, and I always like making people laugh. Like, I used to do a similar thing when I was a child. At the lunch table, we'd get some kids who were mentals, or a couple of them might have been mentals, and a couple kids that were well, you know, and we get there and sit them to make them drink milk, and then tell jokes and do stuff until one of them just blew milk out of their face. And if you get some straight up just couple mentals, boy, some straight up sawed off humans, dude, you get them to straight up blow leche out their dome, dude. That's America right there. That's when I knew, I was like, oh, I got some kind of a gift here, you know? I almost blew the throat out of this one boy. Almost blew the throat out of this one boy named Tot, T-O-T was his name. Kind of a bad name too, to be mentally challenged, but also easy for him to spell.
I wish I was blind. Sometimes you ever think that? But that the music's so good, because if you're blind, I bet it's just even better in there, you know? And people were running, you know, they're going, and we started telling people that the water was for Asian people only, right? Bro, we are crying, laughing, because people are running. They can't stop. They're trying to make a time. Some people would be like, bro, it's Asians only. And it was like, why? And then Asian people were all excited, you know, and we kept dousing them up. Well, yeah, dude, look, bro, and the baptism, dude, I freaking still remember, dude. I remember taking a couple extra sips when I was under that water, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, dude, I'm staying down there. I dated a girl with a real small head one time. I wouldn't mind more of like a regular headed woman. I dated a girl who had this little pin top. You know, sometimes when I was making out with her, I could kiss her, and my hands would touch under her chin and on the top of her head at the same time. And she was an adult, obviously. But I remember just like, dang, she got that cabbage ball. You know, and I started thinking, how many ideas could she even have in this thing, in this hitter? I was always scared somebody with a T-ball bat was just gonna roll up and just, you know, try to knock a double. Man, Mexican people work hard as hell, man. I gotta be honest with you. No complaining, just work hard. Dude, I went to a funeral of a Mexican guy. He climbed out of the casket, dug his own grave hole, and then got back in the casket, man. If I gotta do something, for example, I need to build a picnic table or a, you know, an edible seating structure, you know, table. I got 9 people to help me do it. If 6 out of the 9 people are Mexican, bruh, andale, Papa, we getting it done. I'm telling you that we gonna be eating lunch early as a group. Look, I saw a Mexican guy cut down a tree, make it into wood, bars of wood, and then use the wood to make he built a damn tree with it.
What's a country you might visit, man, if you ever could visit somewhere?
I would say Germany.
Okay. Would you ever go back to your homeland, your family's homeland, you think?
Yeah, I'm here.
Sure, buddy.
Don't do comedy. Don't do comedy right
Okay.
now.
I would probably get a
So I'm your dad. I'm your son.
Okay.
Hey, Dan. Bubby. No, you don't have to.
Do it. Sorry, just do it like me.
You don't have to have an Asian accent.
I don't know what country we're in.
No. You're you.
Okay, got it. I didn't know what
Out of nowhere, you're going to have an Asian accent?
I didn't know what country we were in.
No,
I'll
we're in
start over.
America. Who gives a fuck?
Well, give me a setting then.
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I have to be that specific?
Yeah, you're just okay.
You live in Nashville.
Okay.
Your wife is white.
You're my son.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not Asian.
All right.
Make believe that I'm your biological son. Hey, Daddy.
Hey, Chucky, what's up? How was school, buddy?
Chucky's good, Daddy.
Chucky's good?
Yeah, Daddy.
How was school, huh?
School was great, Dad.
I hear they're holding you back
They're
again.
holding me back, you know, like father, like son, Daddy.
Do you have any children?
No children. Do you have any
You have a
children?
I don't have any.
You know
Want
about it, that
children?
you-
I would like to hatch a little bat sometime. I'm looking for a wife at some point.
Hopefully find one.
Oh, damn.
How old are you?
That sounded like, look, never mind.
That's probably stole it
People
from him.
steal all my shit. Little Dicky.
Yeah,
everybody steals
maybe
my
shameless.
shit.
Have you
Lil
told that
Dicky
story?
steals your shit?
That
Have
show
you-
steals so many of my jokes, man. It's crazy.
Like the show, Dave?
Actually?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's
What's
fucked up.
one joke that you've seen that you're like, that's mine?
Too many.
All right, fair enough. Like the show, Dave?
Actually?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's
What's
fucked up.
one joke that you've seen that you're like, that's mine?
Too many.
All right, fair enough.
Wait, that's the Little Dicky show?
Yep. Dave.
He's stealing your jokes.
I don't know I don't know what's going on, but they got a lot of borrowed content up in that bitch. I'll say that.
You hate him.
I don't know him, but I know I don't borrow his shit.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I remember the first day in our neighborhood, this dude, Milford, was fighting this senior citizen right in the street. Mr. Pledo was his name. And he threw him into a fucking ditch fire. Yeah, he threw him right in that bitch, dude. And then, bro, here's the craziest part. He fucking came out that bitch, dog.
On fire?
Yeah, people were fucking cheering.
Did he stop, drop, and roll, or just go right back
He
into
went
the scrap?
straight at him, dude. He was like 200% Italian. He went straight fucking at him, bro. I mean, and people were so excited. People were just fucking and drinking Dr. Pepper, fucking and losing their shit.
Crazy.
And have a crab. Look at a crab, bro. The meat in that thing, so fresh, so nasty, bro, so naughty. Imagine being a crab, dude, and all you want to do is hug somebody, but you got them dangerous ass arms. Every night, I bet a crab dreams of just having soft arms where he could, stroke a woman's hair without giving her a crew cut, or touch a breast without having to, do a first aid kit. Imagine that crab just wishing he had soft arm. And then he wakes up and every time he got those just cold-hearted snakes, bruh. Them ice cold freaking clip digits. Carpal tunnel 7,000 every single time. What was your question, man? A cauliflower pizza?
I grew up in a Poway high school.
You grew up in a beautiful area of San Diego.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, but a lot of white people, women didn't like
Why weren't
me.
you in Vietnam? Why weren't you closer to the fucking locust?
Dude, you know why, bro. I just was born here.
Okay.
I don't have no fucking choice.
Okay, dude.
I don't have no. Sorry. I have no fucking choice.
Robert, I didn't know if you guys had come over for something or if you were on like a foreign exchange thing. I didn't know,
dude. I was born. It happened to happen in Sharp Hospital in San Diego.
Oh, yeah.
American citizen, yeah.
Yeah.
All day, every day, yeah.
That's what they do.
It's like, do Chinese people, do they have like...
Well, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
And I honestly believe this. I believe that you don't know what I am. Because several times in this podcast, you've referred to China, and then you look at me. Do you think I'm Chinese?
I don't know if you are.
No, be honest.
I don't care if you are.
I know you don't. I know you don't. I know that you don't care that I am.
Okay.
Right?
I mean, I do care, but it doesn't matter to me.
It doesn't matter to you.
Yeah. You're welcome around me.
You love me regardless.
Yeah.
Right? But it is information that you should fucking memorize.
Okay, well, chill, bro.
Whatever you're fucking saying is, I'd be happy to fucking answer those questions, but memorize what the fuck I am.
Well, my bad, dude. And whenever I go get that massage at the Chinese place, I ask for the big guy. I want big guy. When I call him on the phone, he knows me. My buddy Yang over there, I call him on the phone. He said, "You coming?" I said, "Big guy. You got big guy?" Sometimes he got him, sometimes he don't. Because I've had the second string. They said, big guy gone. Big guy gone. That's what he said. I don't know what he meant. But I think he was trying to say big guy gone, right? And I spot him a letter if he ain't got it all, bro. He from another country, That's kind of guy I am. I'll fucking give you a vowel. Big guy gone. Gone. I got you with that E, twin. So, yeah. He said, big guy gone. So I went in there and they had a second big guy in that bitch, bro. The second, and he ain't that big, bro. He trying to, like, make his neck long, just trying to look big or something, He put on mittens and shit. Because Asian, they try to trick you when you're looking at them. They trick you. They visual. They're the fucking, they're the bok choy David Blaine's, baby. Them bitches will fucking, they trick you, bro. They'll put a piece of rice over each eye and tell you they sleeping. That's who they are. They tricksters like that. But I said, big guy. He said, well, big guy gone. But I showed up anyway. I took that fucking other big guy, bro. And he wasn't shit. This little motherfucker, this little fucking woodpecker, he couldn't do shit. He would fucking hammer, just trying to hammer on me, bro. He just put one of his arms out and was just like that, just woodpecking me with that elbow. Didn't do shit. I'm fucking still hurt. Your mama raised you. Think about that. Your mom. Well, you would. You was doing nothing. Your little ass laying there. Doing nothing, boy. Hunting for a fucking hand tit. That's all you was doing. You was just hunting for that little hand tit with your little hands. You was a little slurp lord, and your mother raised you. First of all, if something came up to me and started sucking on my breast, on my tit or man or whatever it's called, tit for men or whatever, I would not then raise it. That is, you have to think about that. If something started sucking on your tit, would you take it off and then raise it and grow it to its full form? Only a mother would do that type shit, boy. That's some next level. That's some next level behavior. Imagine you sitting there with somebody, right? And they can't read, And you got to teach them you start with the first letter and you show them that. And it's a picture of like an alligator and a little kid. And the mom's like, what's that? And he's like, lizard, lizard, or whatever. He can't even say shit. He don't even say nothing. He just look at you and try to cop a quick hit off that tit. That's a dumb child. We were all dumb child. My mother helped us out of that cavern of knowing nothing. God, they did a lot of work.